Hi, my name is Mark Parrish. I represent Turpin Sales Marketing. We put together a series of presentations that may help bring people into this industry that have never considered it before. The first of which is machining basics. So why are Turpin Sales and Marketing putting these presentations together? Well, the machining industry is facing a massive problem right now in lots of ways, but specifically in the shortage of skilled machinists. So we put together a series of presentations which are very basic, and they were developed with the intent to stimulate some interest from people who may want to come into this industry who've never considered it before. So who are Turpin Sales and Marketing? We're the leading manufacturer sales representative team in the metalworking industry in the Northeast. We represent superior products and have extensive knowledge in the metalworking industry that our customers have relied on for over 30 years. We have focused on cutting tools, work holding, tool holding, fluids for many industries, aerospace, firearms, medical and automotive. Through our technical expertise and selling skills, we provide the end user and distributor with increased productivity and profitability. This is achieved by assisting our distributors, end users, in presenting and implementing the quality products that we represent to the end user in a knowledgeable and professional manner. The metalworking industry is facing many challenges right now. Supply chain, material availability, but I believe the biggest one we're facing is the skills gap. So what is the skills gap and what can we do about it? The skills gap is basically a shortage of skilled labor in the manufacturing and machining industry. No one's going to trade school. No one's doing apprenticeships. Skilled labor is very difficult to find. It's predicted that 3.5 million manufacturing jobs will be unfulfilled in the next decade, which will be devastating for this industry. So what can we all do to improve this situation? Do you have existing employees that have an interest in manufacturing? Maybe you hire a person with mechanical aptitude, good work ethic, but no manufacturing skills. So what's the solution? Train your own. So Turpin Sales and Marketing have put together a very basic series of training presentations to help to inspire people who may want to know more about this industry and help to bridge the skills gap. Over the next few slides, I'll take you through some common machinery. This is a manual lathe. In a lathe, the component or the material spins in a chuck and the tool moves along it, removing metal. You can see on the right there the type of component that can be made on this type of machine, which is round. It can be multiple diameters, it can be bores, it can be threads, but it's always a round component. Moving on to a 4-axis CNC lathe. Same principles apply as before, where the component or the bar or the material rotates and the tools move up and down, actually in 4 axes in this case. The difference in this is a CNC lathe, so the tool paths are controlled by a computer. A series of codes and instructions are inputted into the computer, which is transferred to the machine to tell the tool where to go. On the left, you can see the type of component that can be produced, more complex than the 2-axis manual lathe, where we can have hex, threads, undercuts, different diameters. Moving on to a different type of lathe, this is actually called a Swiss CNC lathe, mainly for producing smaller parts with large production. Again, the component or the bar rotates and the tool move up and down, but in a Swiss, the material moves in and out and the tools move up and down. This is normally used in high production, medical, fasteners, and runs 24 hours, 7 days a week, lights out. As a CNC controller, so all the inputs and the codes can be pushed into the computer and then to the machine. Different type of machine, we move on to a milling machine. In this case, the tool will rotate and the component will be stationary underneath. Unlike the lathe, where the component rotates and the tool is stationary. This produces a different type of part. You can see on the left a typical plate which has drilled holes, had a milled hole, some chamfers, some tapped holes. Similar to we talked about with lathes, where you're going to have CNC control. This is a vertical machining center. It's called vertical because the tool is in the vertical axis. You can see typical parts produced on this on the left, pockets, holes, flats, and this is done through a CNC program similar to the lathe, where all the codes and the instructions are put into a computer which feeds into the machine and tells the tool exactly where to go. Another example of a machining center, in this case it's horizontal. You can see that the tool is in the horizontal plane. Normally this does multiple components attached to a fixture. You can see the fixture on the left there with multiple components attached to it. This is also CNC. As before, the computer is controlling the tool path. Thank you for watching and listening to the first presentation in a series of presentations to try and attract people to this industry. We have more machining videos available for your viewing. Please visit www.turpinsales.com or visit our YouTube channel, Turpin Sales. Thank you so much for listening.